Well, I'm gonna have to try this again. It got cut off somehow. I wanted to show a backup to where I'm going with this. Um, Maybe I should just say this first. I'm allergic to chemicals. I have a immune disorder, really. And if I am in an enclosed area in like where you live, if it's the room, the air conditioning, whether it's the house, and if it's been played around with, tampered with, and you're getting toxic air that's filled with, well, toxic is that, fumes, um, especially sealants and remodeling, things you remodel with, caulking, and some of the household cleaners really knock me out just about. It makes my immune system attack itself, and that sounds like, well, cute. No, over time, uh, the inflammations that's caused from it can deteriorate your body, your organs, your kidneys, your lungs, your liver, especially your lungs and kidney and liver, and your heart, your veins. So over time, they're killing you. I wrote about the mind control murders, and I put this on the other tape that didn't go, so I guess I'm going to have to tell about that. But I want to say this. What's happened to me is in '86, I came to Roanoke because my jobs had been gotten to. I had found out about my kidnapping in '83. And by the way, the Brits told me. This is after I'd been out to Larry Flint. So the person who shot him in Lawrenceville, Georgia, was programmed to shoot and kill his attorney and shoot Mr. Flint. He helped me in the campaign to replace Larry McDonald, the congressman doctor that one of them I'd written about in mind control murders. And you program people to go out and shoot or modify their behavior, or you can control. Well, I don't know what's going on here. I guess I'll find out, right? But anyway, that's April of '84 that and I haven't seen him since. What I wanted to get to is my jobs were shut down, and I lived on the Appalachian Trail here, and Full Heart Knob was run by law enforcement, by, well, you're not supposed to live in the national forest. Disregard all the laws and who I really am. I can't get jobs, I can't get shelter, that's blocked. uh, you have to get background on them as what I'm responding to. So I froze and starved with everybody around here knowing it. Atlanta knew what happened to me. The lab, state crime lab, the girl that worked for them was typing my manuscript. I didn't know it. I was paying her, and when I'd run an ad in the paper, Atlanta Journal, and she told me to call her if I wanted to see how the book was progressing. I did, and it was a crime lab there, Virginia State Crime Lab. So anyway, it got into the antifreeze, and this is just ongoing that happened to me. A hell of a life. Now I want to get to my disorder. My immune system attacks itself. Let me say this. I go anywhere else, and I'm okay. They have control. I'm talking about law enforcement. Everybody's got something to hide, and this is how they do it. They control my whereabouts, and it's toxic when I have a residence. They either control the air conditioning, whether it's central or not. I have had what looked like, well, you get maid service, and gee, that's nice. Not when they come in or maintenance comes in. They soak your bedding. They even come up on the trail when I was able to get a tent and sleeping bag. The volunteers of the trail soaked it. So you have to, they had me constantly washing clothes, running from one place to the other. They had me going to homeless assistance, riding in a homeless assistance van, looking like this bag lady, begging, pleading. And one of them, well, anyway, he told me that he was from Chile, I believe, in South America. He told me that the FBI pulled him off the street. He was going to visit his sister. And they took him back there and showed him what they had on him, and he had been in a revolution down there. And he told me if they send me back, the minute I get off the plane, they're going to either shoot me or put him back in prison. So they got him to do things against me for them in return for not sending him back. Now, this is the scenario. They go in where I live and get people things on the people that own it or on the maintenance or people that work there. So this is going to go off and I won't get it on. But what has to stop is the chemicals being forced down me. It's got me to this morning. This man here is part of the Patels and Shaws. Sunny Shaw, they just opened up, Sunny Shaw just opened up a place here. Since I've been here, they have accumulated, you wouldn't believe, property here in Troutville, everything around 81. Motel, you should see it. It's the property that's worth a fortune other than the motels. And they own the motels and Maverick Holding, and it's gas, and you wouldn't believe the money they have now. In return, part of it for what they've done to me, and I'll quote November when I finally got to live in and save some money and paid budget in, and it was a Patel, to live there for a month. A couple of days later, this is November, cold up here. They come in and they're going to paint and they're going to come inside and I don't know what all. They were going to redo it with me there. So I called the cops. The cop came out and he said in front of Patel, he says, it's you that'll have to leave. So without going into detail, he pretended to arrest me if I didn't leave. I couldn't get my money back. I hadn't done anything. I have not committed any crimes. That is one after the other done against me. I didn't get my money back, and I get a cab because I don't have a car anymore. I lose everything I have. I couldn't take it with me. And then this is what's happened. I bounced around. And I'm going to quote real quick Carl Barton, retired Virginia State Trooper, August the 14th of 09. His wife took me down to the Affordable Inn after I'd had gasoline poured on a tent. I was legally kept, and they were the host. She said to me, I paid it for 17 months there. Lance Cooperman, he's another one that has become so wealthy here in the Roanoke and Concord, North Carolina, you wouldn't believe. He's the one that's done this, been a party to this. When I've been bounced around, I try to leave, and I'm forced to come back here. But so that I have a little time, this is Senator John Edwards was here at this, this is the nice guy. This is the guy that's helped do this. The Patels actually stood there, this Patel did. He's part of the family. And when the cop left and said, we're Americans now, we have to do what they tell us to do. So this is what they've done, engaged, and this is Tim Kaine, who I thought was good, had a representative there, and Bob Goodlatte, who I've been in Bob Goodlatte's office, and John Edwards. And Goodlatte is a U.S. congressman who's over the Intelligence Committee. They know about the mind control murders. They know about my kidnapping. And here's another point. These people are being renowned, and they're criminals. He is, and the Patels and their whole bunch. This man who did try to help and told the truth got shot, put in Butner and tortured, and they call him names like he's no. You should see what they've said about me for telling the truth. Look what they did to my father. Look at this woman who's illegal, who's living in my residence with her brood of kids, and I don't even know where mine are. They're part of the New World Order. The Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Bilderbergers, Kennedys that kidnapped me. Now I want to get to this. I'm staying here, bounced around again for 3.5 months. I'm here till tomorrow. They couldn't get me out, and they're, I don't know if he's manager or not, said, well, you have an option to leave or stay. And by staying, I get soaked in chemicals, and they'll pretend it's not happening. And so he couldn't get me out that way. I endured the hell. It makes the inflammation so bad I can't walk. It damages me. Well, a couple of doors down, this is winter here. He's got renovation going. They're pulling out carpet, and I don't know what all they're using in there to clean. All the furniture's out, and they're fixing to. He told